It is already very clear to all of us that there have been widespread malpractices in the electoral process. And these malpractices have included massive corruption and bribery of voters. Huge amounts of money have been used to buy votes, to buy off our polling agents and candidates, and to bribe electoral officials. Everyone with eyes will have seen the thousands of police and military personnel deployed throughout the country, armored cars touring the streets, and the UPDF officers walking around polling stations. Everyone with ears will have heard the jet fighters and the military helicopters hovering overhead in many parts of Uganda. Local council officials and security, we have witnessed the ghosts voting and multiple voting in many districts. In many districts, our polling agents were arrested and removed from polling stations. And this enabled ballot stuffing and false recording of results. And I'm sure you have been shown, many of you, a sample of the pre-ticked ballots which were being carried around by some of Museveni's supporters, pre-ticked in favor of Mr. Museveni. Yes. And these pre-ticked ballot papers were in many parts, if not all parts of the country. At many polling stations in many districts, our agents were denied the declaration of results forms by clearly partisan presiding officers. This is after the election ended. And especially if our agent was not willing to sign the declaration form, which is an option we have, and you state the reasons why you are not signing. You fill them on the form. I therefore ask how the outcome of such an election can be a credible reflection of the will of the people of Uganda. What we have seen is not acceptable. Is it surprising if people now ask if there are other constitutional ways of expressing their will? Because the court way obviously has not been a way of providing remedies. So what's next? As I've said, we are still collecting more information. The information we have so far is from only a few thousand polling stations. And in the, where I don't know whether it makes sense going into the details of what we have now, it still shows, but again from limited number of polling stations, but from the polling stations we have so far, at least nobody has 50%. And we are therefore continuing to collect information from more polling stations about the true results that were declared at the polling stations.